So many people. Nice.
Mm-hmm. We are live. We are live?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome on today's evening stream. And today we have winner announcement of OpenAI Hackathon, which was honestly like super successful one. We got like right now with us finalists and teams which built the best in our opinion prototypes. So together in general, it was more than 2,600 people building during 7 days hackathon. And at the end, we've got 54 submitted projects. This is super, super crazy, guys. And I'm honestly impressed, and all our team is impressed. And it was such a productive week, right? So we got a lot of members in Discord, and today we are super happy to present our finalists. And I hope finalists are also excited to kind of do the speech of their project. And today with us, we've got also Matthias and Simon, founders of LabLab.ai platform and New Native, which is the parent company of LabLab.ai. And to kind of make this reminder of what is LabLab, actually, it's LabLab.ai. It's a platform. It's a big, not just platform, but a community of people, of creators, of driven by AI builders who are really ready to learn, to grow, to build together, and are super open, to collaborate as we're everywhere around the world. And yeah, it's so amazing to see, teams building from just, different places and building together, finding this time and kind of building cool things. So yeah, today with us, we also got 3 teams of finalists, as I said. But now, word to Matthias and Simon, founders of our platforms and communities. So you can just briefly hello and how you're excited, I guess.
Hello, everyone. Super nice to have so many people here on the final. We're super excited to have you and been following your productive week, as Nasti said. I'm super impressed by the quality of people here. So it will be a joy to watch this. But just to recircle, what we're trying to do here on LabLab is to make this technology available to as many people as possible, because we truly believe that the future is built by AI native people, and that there will basically be no business out there that hasn't been touched by the grace of AI. And to just kick that off, I think that what we're trying to achieve here now is a good reminder and also evidence that we're moving in that direction quite fast, I should add as well, given the pace of the things that you're building. So super impressed and looking forward to this pitch. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Simon, so much.
Filling on what Simon just said. Super exciting moment in time to build software. Things are fundamentally changing, like what we see is both the way we build and operate software. So it's definitely the perfect timing to be in this space. And like Simon said, it's moving really, really fast. But that's also a big opportunity. And we are super excited to see the finalists. I believe this hackathon was the one with the most participants so far, and also the most amount of team that actually completed the whole hackathon and submitted a project. So everyone here in the final, you should be super proud, because you are a few out of many. All right, back to you, Lisa.
Yeah, thanks. Yes, I totally agree with you. We're just a few. And this hackathon was super, also successful because of our mentors who were supporting all our participants during this time. So today with us also will be judging the projects, Omar and Skander. I think you will hear them later, but super happy to have you guys during hackathon and today with us. So I think we can start with teams presentations. And as we got 3 projects, we will go just step by step, one by one. And the first team to present themselves is Book and I Prototype by Three Musketeers. So welcome on the stage, guys. Super happy to have you here again.
Thanks a lot. Nice to be
Hi,
here.
everyone. We're Team Book and I, and over the course of OpenAI Hackathon, we developed an AI learning companion. My name is Nemo, alongside Wilbur and Ethan on the team. And Ethan, hand out to you.
Thanks. Reading is something that we all have to do. Personally, I love to do it, but some people have difficulties with reading, so Wilbert's going to address the problem.
Yeah, so people with learning disabilities such as dyslexia, ADHD, or even learning difficulties may actually have difficulty reading and comprehending written materials, which makes it difficult for them to learn and retain new information, leading to frustration and low self-esteem. So how can we provide every person with a dedicated, personalized teacher, one that's more affordable than tutors that are 50 euros per hour? One that you can easily interact and critically discuss with. Introducing our AI learning companion that is designed to help people with learning difficulties improve their reading and learning skills. Using GPT and Whisper, it can provide summaries and explanations in an innovative way, one that is more accessible and tailored to each learner's needs. And it's not only for people with learning difficulties. It can also be very useful for anyone wanting an interactive and supporting learning companion.
So we designed Book and I to be much more feature-rich than the most similar products out in the market, as you can see here. So we have an example now where interaction with Book and I helps someone read a very advanced neuroscientific paper. The app starts up, and whatever paper you're reading, you can take that text and insert it in the app. And here you can ask questions about that text. Whisper is going to transcribe the text and feed it to GPT.
A brain-computer interface is a system that decodes brain activity in order to provide a real-time feedback to the user. This feedback can be in the form of actual movement, haptic feedback, visual feedback, etc.
And the app also takes audio input. And how could this help a stroke patient?
This text is discussing how stroke patients often have difficulty with motor control, cognitive processing, and emotional state.
You get the idea.
So
this app takes text that you read and interacts with you, allows you to ask questions, discuss the text, and provide or request clarifications on any terms that you're unfamiliar with. This is just an overview of how the app works. When it starts, it's waiting, and the text can be given, and the user can talk to the app, and the app processes that and feeds it to GPT-3. And now on to Nemo for business and marketing side.
Thank you, Ethan. Our solution sits within the edtech market, which is estimated to be worth $127 billion in 2022 globally. Within edtech, our service is focused on the treatment of learning disabilities, which is a subset of assistive technology sector and is estimated at $5 billion globally. By targeting this niche market, we aim to provide specialized solutions for individuals with special needs and help them reach their full potential. Our business model is very straightforward. We offer subscription-based pricing to both individual customers and businesses. The service includes features such as personalization and parental controls for individuals, learning analytics and teacher support for education clients, and solutions to enterprises to help them increase diversity and inclusion efforts to support people with learning difficulties within their organizations.
Learning is one of our most important qualities as humans. With such AI support, we can enhance it. For people with a variety of learning difficulties, research has shown memory advantages to both taking out loud and critically discussing new concepts. Top that with summarization, clarification, generalization, and you have a personalized learning system proven to be effective. With Book and I, you're setting yourself up for reading success. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good project, guys.
Thanks a lot.
That's true. So that was nice presentation. And yeah, so right now our mentors and Matthias, Simon, maybe you have some questions or another finalist teams. So you're welcome to ask questions and ask about everything you want. If you have some.
I can ask a question. So that was very cool, very impressive. My question was, like, how did you find that Whisper and GPT-3 dealt with very like technical, like mathematical content? Like if you're selecting a part of a paper and it has like equations or it has perhaps like an algorithm like description or something, you know, like you know, GPT-3 it's been you know, sort of okay at that stuff. So I was wondering like how you guys found that in your app.
I suppose I can take this one, guys. Hey, so thanks for the question. And this was something that I can only explain anecdotally. I don't have a video or something to show on this. So I tested this mainly on clinical neuroscience papers because that's my field. I did do one on on black holes and something about quantum mechanics. Whisper did quite well transcribing my voice questions, like if I'm asking, can you clarify this term whatsoever? But I found, as you said, GPT-3 was okay at processing these requests. So Whisper did well, and I would ask, what's this equation or something? And GPT-3 would kind of briefly explain, but it wasn't, I think, as, let's say, technically accurate as it could have been, at least from the neuroscience side. Could have said anything about quantum mechanics, and I would have been like, fuck yeah. But from the neuroscience side, it was not perfectly accurate, I would say. But we did not spend much time fine-tuning the model.
Yeah, just to add to that, I think it's just something of GPT-3 in itself. We know that it's not the best in doing arithmetics. It's just really good at text. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I did try it once on like Riemann integral, like explain it to me in like really simple, dumb terms, and did it. But yeah, I mean, if you bring equations into the mix and maybe like try to solve the equations or something, I don't think GPT in itself is the best technology for that.
Perhaps I could add a question in terms of go-to-market. I'd really like you to take me through the go-to-market again, because I think that's quite interesting overall. Otherwise, I think it was a good pitch and super interesting field, especially if you can get the tuning right. So please take me through the go-to-market one more time.
Thank you for the question. So in terms of go-to-market, we're thinking of targeting business clients first. In terms of business, we're thinking about schools, especially special ed schools where students, where teachers and principals are eager to understand students' learning progress, and they want to evaluate their teaching. So a lot of times when students are reading a material, they have a lot of questions. In classroom, they probably don't know how to articulate their questions or how to say where they struggle within certain assigned materials. So within that scenario, teachers and principals will have the ability to have the access for the learning outcomes, as well as the questions students might ask for certain assignments, so that teachers can adjust their teaching accordingly. And then in terms of businesses, we're thinking of building this tool for corporate training, as well as for businesses who handle massive readings. And then this tools can help them to understand the readings better, boost productivity, as well as providing their employers a better understanding on where they need better training, as well as better improvements in terms of organizational structure as well as operations.
All right, cool. And how? What's your rationale behind the target market, or like where do you actually start? Do you have any ideas or thoughts around that?
Can you specify that question?
Yeah, sure. So like, which subsegment of the market? Because the corporate segment is quite big, right? Which subsegment of that would you start? Do you have a specific geographical area that you'd like to start in to approach these kinds of either schools or corporates, or have you segment the market in any other way? And so the question would be, where do you start?
We want to start with the e-learning industry. So like Coursera, like edX, they tend to have a lot of readings for their curriculum. So we want to target those as our clients, as well as to maybe integrate our services into their solutions and provide their students with more, with the tools to better advance their learnings.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I just want to add that great solution and great presentation. Well done.
Yes, well, I think that's very pretty all questions for you guys. But for me personally, I just wanted to ask you, how do you feel about the 7 days hackathon as we just changed, and before we were doing 3 days hackathon or building during 48 hours? Did you felt like more on ease, or it was easier kind of to come up with everything? It was no rush. How do you feel about that?
I can start first, but Wilbur has more to say. I think this is a pretty efficient, as in terms of our team, we're pretty efficient. Wilbur and Ethan, they have full-time jobs, and I'm working on something of my own, but we still have time to divide and conquer and to do our own part and come together every day to catch up a lot of things and move forward the project really, really quick. So I think that's where I really appreciate.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for us, it wasn't really 7 days hackathon because we were really busy over the weekend. So we were just busy. I mean, I was just finding team members over the weekend. We actually started not even deciding on the idea, but even started discussing ideas Monday evening, and then eventually set on an idea Tuesday. So I guess for us, it was a little bit like a 3 days or 4 days hackathon as well. Yeah, but I guess it's just, yeah, when you do the hackathon, I guess for us, if it was on the weekend, then we wouldn't have been able to participate it very much. And I guess having that sort of leeway allowed us to manage our time. Yeah, and as Nemo said, Ethan and I work full time. So yeah, I mean, it's not like, yeah, I mean, it's not like we had 24/7 for the 7 days, but it was just good for us to manage our time and see when we can work on this.
What they said.
Yeah, so thanks for your answer. It's really nice to hear that. And I think we're ready to jump into another team, which is kiwi video team. And today with us, if I pronounce correct, like Abdul, Rami, and Abdul Rahman. So guys, there is a time for your presentation, and I hope you're already ready for questions from our mentors, teams, and founders.
Hello there. Watching online lectures is convenient, but it makes it very hard to engage with the material. You can't easily test your knowledge, you can't ask clarifying questions, you can't get a summary, and you can't even search over the video in a very easy and simple way. So online learning is great, but it has a lot of inefficiencies, and kiwi.video aims to solve that. Let me show you a demo. So let's start by going to this TED Talk. So I go to YouTube, copy a link here, and I paste it. And what it does in the back end is that it generates a transcript for it, and it just renders the video, the transcript right under it, and you have a chat box on the right hand side. If you play the video, just like how I'll do right now, you'll see that you have a highlighter on the transcript that you can follow along with.
When I was 27 years old, I left a very demanding job in management consulting.
and even it scrolls you to the right section. Let me pause that video for now. Now let's focus on the right hand side. Here you have a chat bot where you can ask any questions about this video. For example, who is the lecturer? And then it also gives me a reference. If I click on that reference, it scrolls or seeks to the correct part of the video and plays it. Essentially just the intro where he says that information. What is the lecturer's background?
When I was 27 years old, I left a very demanding job in management consulting for a job that was even more demanding.
What does she say about IQ scores? Also gives me the references.
Did not have stratospheric IQ scores. Some of it was grit. Grit is passion and perseverance for very long-term goals.
Cool. Then from here, you can generate a general summary about the whole video. Just like that. And you can even generate quizzes. It'll generate a multiple choice question. It'll show you all the questions, all the possible answers. And then once you're ready, you can reveal the correct answer. And the revealed answer also has a reference to the video. And if you click on it, it seeks to the correct part of the video and plays that section for you.
Is passion and perseverance for very long-term goals. Grit is having stamina. Grit is sticking with your future.
Yeah, and that's it for the demo. As for next steps, we want to enable generating transcripts for much longer videos that span like an hour or so, just like a regular lecture would. We also want to improve some of the question answering mechanisms here, so the answers are more accurate, more performant. Yeah, thank you so much.
Wow. I wish I had such tool when I was at school, I would say, because it took a lot of time to watch these videos and do all of the things. So yeah, I see a lot of positive and nice feedback from our chat on Twitch, and I think everyone is like super impressed. So yeah, guys, feel free to ask questions right now. And yeah, who want to go first with questions? Or maybe guys from Kiwi Video team, you want to share something about your feelings? I don't know. How did you done it?
Rami has a few slides. Rami, you want to share that?
Yeah, I can do that. I think the video was pretty good, but here, let's... So just, I think the parts that weren't covered in the, just to give an overview is, our goal is to use AI to enhance learning. And one of the biggest problems is like retention. All of the content that we watch and learn from is online videos or courses. And, there's so much of this content that it's hard to, actually retain and make sure that you're making the most out of your time while learning online. So that's really the objective of this tool, is to allow you to engage critically with videos, learn better from them without having to scrub forward and backward. And having your own like personal teacher's assistant, basically, like helping you digest this content and engage with it actively and critically. In terms of how we made it, we are using Whisper that we've deployed on Replicate to use as an API. And we're using the GPT-3 OpenAI endpoint for the summarization, the quiz generation, the question answering. And we've deployed the service on DigitalOcean. There is a live demo right now on kiwi.video, so you can check that out. We're still working on making it faster and better, so expect a little bit some bugs for today. And like Jamju mentioned, our next steps is just a lot of improvements, being able to support longer and longer videos, so like entire university length lectures, 1 hour, 2 hours. and being able to do that in multiple languages. So, insert an English lecture and then be able to ask questions about it in your own language. And in terms of monetization, like the guys from the previous group mentioned, it's a huge market, especially with online learning. And our plan is to open up like a freemium subscription-based app for consumers, and also start partnering with universities, with online educational platforms, to be able to offer this using their own content, not just YouTube videos for their students. So that's Kiwi video. Now, let's take some questions.
Yeah, a great application and great use case. I'm super impressed with both of the projects I've seen so far. I don't have any direct questions. I think everything has been pretty well explained. I just want to mention that for all of the finalists here, I would love to see you push your product, say the product hunt or something, and we are happy to help you out with computer resources, whatever you need to kind of handle that. So just let us know and we will help out.
I do have a question, if that's okay. I was wondering, for the transcripts, it's already all there, right? So, I was just wondering if, because YouTube has transcript, do you just get the transcript from YouTube, or do you have like some tool that reads the video, basically?
Yeah, so we take the URL from YouTube, use the library to download the video, pass the audio track into Whisper, and then we generate the transcription from there. And the idea is that, what if someone doesn't YouTube, like it could be another platform, or some people can just upload like a blob video file, and we also want to transcribe that. So we actually generate all of our own transcriptions with Whisper.
I have a question related to that, if that's fine. So Whisper sometimes has quite a delay in transcribing. So first part question, what kind of delay did you experience? And how did you deal with that delay to speed up and make a more usable tool?
Rami, you want to talk about some of the magic you did today?
So
during the hackathon, we had delays.
Yeah, during the hackathon was, a prototype level, but we've continued working on it actually after the hackathon. And the biggest thing is just trying to find the right place to deploy the code with the right hardware. So it's a balance of like, how much are you willing to spend, and how well you can optimize your code. So for us, some of the things are just loading the base English model. For example, makes it much easier to start up your instance, because we're using like a serverless GPU service. And then on average, the transcription takes like 12 seconds for like a 5-minute video. And then it's like logarithmic scaling from there. For the YouTube downloading, that's like the biggest bottleneck. Right now, we've got it about like 9 seconds for like a 15-minute video. So we're like working hard to like make it performant as much as possible. And DigitalOcean has been great. So thank you.
Thanks a lot. Super impressive, guys.
May I ask? I have a question in the chat. Sorry, Skander, if you will allow me to go first. I have a question in the chat. How do you grab time code information from GPT response?
Sorry, what was the question? I couldn't hear that.
How do you grab time code from GPT's through response?
Oh, nice. Yeah, so in the prompt that we pass into GPT, we tell it like answer in this format, and it doesn't always answer it, but we wrote a regex like formula that tries to matches that text, and we put unique identifiers on the left and right side of of the text. So we did something like colon, semicolon, start time, like dot, end time. It was something around that. And then we try to parse that from the text. And we clean that up, and just like we convert it with an ASPAN. So it's just a link. And then once you click on it, it like controls the media player from the video and seeks that exact second. Yeah, I would say actually it's like mostly accurate. Most of the time GPT answers in the right format, but sometimes it like misses the format and says like start time, and it does like the word and then end time, which we don't parse properly. But I feel with like a few more optimizations, we'll nail that down like perfectly.
And then the first step is actually modifying the Whisper model to return timestamps for the transcriptions.
Oh yeah. So we use
and then we take that to pass it to GPT-3 with the timestamps.
Yeah, we modified Whisper a bit to get the word specific timestamp so we can track it. Yeah.
That sounds nice. I feel like Skander also had the question. Am I right?
Yes. So I want to congratulate you first on your project. I have a question. What do you think? What are the features that you're going to add in the future? What are the plans that you have for your project?
I can take that. I think like for us, we see a lot of like things that we can improve to make this product so much more exciting. So part of the things that Rami mentioned is we want to make the downloading the YouTube video and generating the transcript super fast. So as soon as you share a video, you can quickly interact with it. We also have limitations today from OpenAI around the length of the video that we can sort of like process. And so we're already thinking of creative ways for us to be able to support videos that are up to 1 hour. And so sort of like expand the kind of videos that you can like interact with. We also want to make this tool accessible for everyone around the world. And so we're already thinking of how can we have different languages be supported on our platform so that anyone can interact with this and it's not just like English users. So these are some of the things that we're thinking of. We're definitely excited to hear your feedback. If you have any suggestions, feel free to reach out to us.
I have one more question from my side. Personally, guys, how did you meet each other? Because I see you look like already you was one team. Did you meet each other on the Discord, or you was like working before together?
We were all roommates 3 years ago when we first moved to San Francisco. Rami and I went to the same high school. Then we went to college in Boston. So we used to meet up there. And then I was introduced to Bidu, and we all became roommates 3 years ago. And then now we don't live together, but we like talk a lot and like participate in hackathons and hopefully want to build a company someday together. Maybe it's this.
That's very nice. Thank you.
Yeah, sounds super positive and pretty impressive. So thank you guys for your answer. I think we don't have any more questions. If yes, just give them, please. And if no, we are going to the third prototype called Novela Inc. And this one is built by Adam Rajniewski. So there is a presentation, and we have Adam today with us. So yeah.
Hi, hello. I'm Adam Rajniewski, and today I want to show you and present the Novela Inc., comprehensive platform for text creators. With power of OpenAI, DALL-E, and CodeNotar ImmoDB, you can no longer be afraid of inspiration block and losing any of your text. Novela Inc. has several features. You can create books with automatic cover images. It can complete your text in place, also as the completion to the selected text. It can generate image summary of your chapter. You can create the inspiration, like mostly total random with some input. Thanks to ImmoDB, you can traverse in time to check all changes done to the books. You can undo, redo, and so on, so no loss of data anymore. Everything is stored in immutable database, so that also means that even if you will accidentally save something, then you can always travel in time. To start the demo, we would need to go and deploy first the demo instance. I have one already deployed, but I will just quickly show you how easy it could be done. So first of all, I have to clone and then just up the instance. Right now it's already created, and I can go to my own localhost just to start and make a fun from it. So first step is to fill the API key of OpenAI, and I can start to create the book. So for example, I will create the Galaxy Ant Wars book. It would be fantasy. And right now everything begins. Under the hood it generates the image and of course registering the book to the system. So right now our first book is created. I can just left click in that, and I have the big markdown creators. I have all the shortcuts, so Control S, Control Z, Control E, just to operate like the normal editor. And I can, for example, write something. Right now I can, for example, right click and find some story propositions. So for example, let's see what it would give us as the funny proposition. So Joe was a little ant that always wanted to explore the world. He decided to take a journey and see what he could find. Blah, 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 and so on and so on. I can save, and I can also just create the image as summary. So right now it would create the summary of the chapter and create image from this summary just to show something that was done. So as we can see, we have the Joe the ant. We see the Joe the ant that encounter some mysterious word. And yeah, you can actually create much more from that. We can also fill something like sad story here. So Joe probably would not have a good story of that. So Joe's luck ran out. He was exploring particularly deep that he suddenly found himself stuck. Yeah, but one of the features here also is that if we are stuck with creating some middle thing, then when we will create here the story proposition, it will take in counter the upper side and downside. So we can see that it already created the story completion that fits from here to here, right? So everything could be done. And yeah, this is the common case in the book writers because of course sometimes you just can't properly fill the middle. So of course we can save, we can traverse in time again. We can also generate the PDF. We can also download the markdown itself. Yeah, and with that we can just grow our book. With the inspirations, we can just create some inspiration, like fantasy inspiration about, I don't know, let's say Billy the Funny Guy. Yeah, right now it will just create the inspiration book. It will take some time. It will create inspiration book. It will create the image for our story that we are creating, and also give us some inspiration from the input that we gave to the system. Yeah, so we have already some Billy the Guy story. Yeah, actually, if that inspires us, then it's super cool. Everything is saved over here in Book of Inspiration. It could not be deleted. And we can also check with undo the inspiration that were before, so nothing will even disappear here. Yeah, actually, that is Novela Inc. That is the basic functionality of Novela. And the question is, how do I build that? First of all, as a database, my first choice was ImmuDB because it fits here perfectly, I think. It's immutable, have ability to travel in time. So actually the undo and redo functionality is absolutely here, like ready to use. So for this case was natural. As a front-end framework is the Quasar. As a backend, the Python with fast API. And of course, the most important part from OpenAI, GPT with Text DaVinci model for generating the story completion and summaries, and DALL-E to create the images. Yeah. So if you just want to use that, then use. Everything is free. And good luck with your stories.
Very good. Yeah. Congratulations on finishing that prototype too, Adam. I think my question for you will be just right away. It's this like really impressive, but are you the only one in your team? Because it seems like. And actually tell me like how did you felt building it alone? Did you spend all 7 days building, or just also you use just 48 hours straight away?
No, I actually built that over 3 days. I'm alone here, but I'm software developer from 8 years. So I'm full stack, so it's like combining the tools, and in daily basis I'm using it also, so it was not really the problem here.
Nice. That's super cool, actually, not to be everywhere and always. Okay, Matthias, I see you have a question.
Yes. Super nice project. Like the UI you added there to get that user experience. I would love to ask a little bit about your opinions just building with this kind of technologies, as you have a long background in full stack there. So how is your experience building with modern
very,
AI models? Yeah.
Sure, it's a very good question. Actually, I found out a really important thing, like the OpenAI tool and integration is very easy. That's for first. But the most part, and I would say the most hard part, is to create a query. So I'm starting to naming that as AI query, because whole part of Novela and Novela Inc. is just to really create a good query to give you proper results, right? So for example, the query to create the full of action story is just to ask the GPT, hey, create me a full of action story, and so on, right? So I think for me that was the hardest part. Like, you need to understand the model to give you the proper results, right? That's so funny.
Yeah, definitely. It's a different way of thinking. I mean, it's still coding in one way, but it's kind of a bit different. One more question. So, do you have any plans to move this project forward, or was it more like a thing to explore that technology?
So for me, first thing is that people don't know yet that these tools could exist even, right? So first of all, we need to somehow, we need, that's why I released that open source and encourage everyone just to use that. We need just to make that public, knowledge to be established, because right now nobody knows that you can generate the text, right? It wasn't before really it wasn't exist here, right? So what we need to do is just to find the market. I think for sure I will try, because I'm, this is, I think, showcase project, right? But maybe at some point I would just find the proper market. I know one that could be here. It's the kids books. It could be, sounds like funny, but kids books market is about $11 billion in the market, and I think that it fits here perfectly, because also the GPT does not really generate the text perfectly. It also has no, for example, for fantasy or something, it could not really create the new world. It could, but also always on top of the text and everything that was created before. But for kids and for moral stories, I think it fits perfectly. But we will see.
Thank you so much.
I also have a question, if it's okay. Thank you, by the way. Really cool project. I'm so excited to try it. Could you make a comment, please, about the story continuity? Did you consider how GPT might be getting some feedback from the story that's currently written, and how it could build off of that story, maintain characters, maintain the environment, not change too much or generate something that doesn't make sense?
So I just avoid this problem by generating the story completion on top of the whole chapter. But for sure, the problem here is that it does not know about the chapters, for example, from beginning. So if that would have 700 pages, then last page could be totally different from the first page. This would need the, let's say, history, right? So that's how it could be probably resolved, but in novela right now it's not done. That's why I also refer the kids books, because it's usually smaller, more straightforward, less complicated, right?
Okay, so we're not getting the last Game of Thrones book anytime sooner then.
Probably not, but we will see, right?
Thanks a lot. Awesome.
Maybe somebody also have the question for the final. Kander and Omar, especially as he was mentoring at this hackathon, probably you have some more general questions of the project.
Actually, I don't have any question. He did good. He did so good alone, and a lot of work. I don't have question for him. Actually.
Yeah, so I think we don't have any more questions for this project, and congratulations.
I have to ask him a question. First, I would like to thank you for your project. I think I reviewed every project, and yours was the one most packed with features. So I would like to congratulate you on that. What I would like to ask is, what do you think are the limitations of your app, except like the when you talked about the history and generate new stories? Do you think like it have some other issues or things like that can be improved over time if you had more time?
Sure, for sure. First of all, generate better summary, because right now it's working like, for example, generation of image of summary of the chapter is done in the way that it's grabbing the text, generating the summary by the AI query. So, hello, please generate me 12-sentence summary of this text, and I'm just passing the text. And on top of that, I'm passing that to the DALL-E. And this could be for sure improved, just to get also the feeling of the image, because, for example, the author always wants to summarize the image himself somehow, right? So, so for sure, he should be able to put his own prompt somehow. But in some, let's say normal way. Right now, I don't know what the normal means, but it could be driven by the customer, right? So because right now we don't know, I don't know how possible customer would even, use that. So for that, I need to show that to someone and get the feedback. That's the first. Second thing is, I think, pricing. Like you should be able to see the billing because it's for sure. You should be able to set maybe some limit. Of course, you can do that on OpenAI, but you should be able to see that limit in the app. And of course, if in the future it could be monetized, then maybe I should probably limit the requests and so on for free version, and that's it.
Yeah, okay. Just one more question. When you were building the prototype, what you had in mind? Like, do you had the AI would just give you a simple idea, or to build a whole story, like for inspiration, or to build a whole story?
Mainly to get the feel between the A and C, right? To generate B, because I don't know, I'm also the D&D player, so sometimes you just miss the something like the story between, and it's very cool also to generate that. So for example, story between, what happened. So for example, Adam tries to win lottery, and then you have paragraph, Adam became rich. So the story conclusion should be here. If in normal way, Adam tries to win several times, and after that he finally win, right? You know what I mean? And if you can potentially get the free versions of that story, then you can choose.
Yes, okay, thank you.
So I think it was the last question for now. And congratulations again, Adam, and congratulations again, all the finalists on your projects. We were super excited, and actually it was really totally amazing job of all of you. And right now we are going to have a 5-minute break to just discuss with our judges who will be the first, who will be second and third. But I think you already, won a lot, because it's a pleasure actually, to be with you here, guys. And yeah, we are going for a little break, and see you in 5 minutes. So hello everyone again. We are back and we are back ready with our actually winner announcement. And as we were talking before, we will have one winner and two finalists. So today was us actually 3 teams, which were 3 top and the best teams of all hackathon. Of course, guys, you were building all super great stuff, but these guys are really like amazing. We are amazed by their projects. So I think we are all ready to announce and actually to hear who is the winner of OpenAI Hackathon, the team who was building during all of this time and built it really an amazing app. And with all our mentors and with Matthias and Simon, with LabLabAI team, we agreed that the winner of OpenAI Hackathon is Kiwi video team with their project about learning from videos with AI. So congratulations, guys. How do you feel? Let us know.
This is phenomenal. Unexpected, feels really good. I feel it gives us more confidence to keep building it. I feel it's one of those ideas that really came through in like the past few days, and we all of us, like the 3 of us, were very keen on like putting it in a very good state even after the hackathon. So I'm excited to get that going. And thank you for organizing this hackathon. You know, it like really pushed us to like think, brainstorm, get like we haven't done projects together for like we typically do a lot of things together, but for a few months now, I want to say we haven't really worked together. And then Rami sent us a link and we're like, let's do it, you know, why not? And it was really fun.
It's super amazing to hear. Again, huge and big congratulations to you guys and to all of you, like our finalists for today's stream. But we just big and great congratulations. Yeah, so our team will contact you, all of your finalists later on. We'll continue probably our communication and continue also improvement from different sides. Yeah, but wish you all a great and big success. And keep working on your projects because there is a big and great potential. And the big potential in many like spheres, not just, you know, being open source, but, you know, go like business and do some really good and great stuff. And from, I think, all LabLabAI team from this backside, I will just say also we are super happy actually to organize such hackathons and, you know, to give this opportunity to all of you to build and to create. So I think Matthias also want to add something as one of the first in this community.
Yes, super good projects and applications. We just see kind of the level just keep rising of the output, and I would say this is the hackathon so far when we've seen like the highest level of projects submitted. And me and Simon was talking a little here, and we would really love to support all 3 of you to kind of get it out of Product Hunt. So we will help you with resources, computing, or whatever you need to kind of launch it there. So I guess Anastasia and Asti will kind of get in contact with you all and try to organize something, and then we can make that happen in 2-3 weeks, because we really want to show the world also what everyone is building here and kind of create that path forward. And also our aim is also to launch in the next months. We will actually launch a super early stage program where we actually cooperate with several of the AI labs and other tech companies and other providers to kind of fix the packages with basically all the resources you need to continue forward. And it's like equity free. We don't take anything. All we want is that if you one day are raising money, we just want to have a chance to invest there. But that's all. So that is coming. But we would really love to do a small like pilot with all the finalists here and kind of, okay, if we enable you with all the resources, computing and other services you need, so you can go to Product Hunt, what happens next. But yeah, super big congratulations. All of you should be super proud of what you have accomplished. Thank you.
So congratulations again. Big applause to all of you. You heard Matthias and you heard us. So we're here to help you and support. And, this is not the end of OpenAI Hackathon kind of era. The next OpenAI Hackathon is coming on February. So feel free to right now enroll and be to stay tuned, to build on next edition of OpenAI Hackathon with Lab AI, and you already can register. So feel free to just take your friends, as our winners team did. Just, spend this time together, build, brainstorm, and do some cool stuff. So again, congratulations to all of you. Thank you all for building. Thank you all for participating. Thank you all for being a part of Lab AI community and creating really cool and important stuff for all of us. Thanks again. And thank you all for today and for joining for today's stream. I think we are going to the end with such happy and positive vibes with our winners. And stay tuned to next hackathons. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.